Well, at this juncture, you are particularly important. Okay, call to order. Bess and Sven, have you had a chance to review the minutes from September 17th?
Yes, I approve the minutes, yeah?
Okay, and Bess?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to have to bring it up at the next meeting because we don't have a quorum for official approval. Public comment. I see two individuals here. Any comments from the public? Okay, not yet. EAC membership. Two members have resigned in the past 5 months, and I'm quite pleased that there are two who are considering and one who is actually applying to be a member. So we may very well have a full 7 members by the end of the year, if not sooner. Bess, there was an action for you. Were you able to contact Radnor High School for EAC student representative?
Yes. So I contacted all of the science teachers, and so it's in the works.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Announcements. There's a lot of stuff going on this fall in our community, environmentally centered. For example, there's the Recloth recycling bin is now available at Radnor Memorial Park at 61 Matson Ford Road. Basically, gently used fabric and clothing can be provided in the recycling bin. I would suggest to get more information, go to the Recloth recycling bin website. I think Recloth, R-E-C-L-O-T-H, is enough to get you if you use the Google search feature. Skunk Hollow Community Garden, it's right there to the left in the woods of the Willows Mansion. There is space for community members to pitch in and grow their own food and get some tips on growing vegetables. And I think I saw some flowers as well. So perhaps it could meet a lot of interest for people in the community. Go to skunkhollowgarden@gmail.com for more information. Little Tykes on Hikes have an October 19th costume hike at 6 p.m. This is presented through the Parks and Recreation Department. So there is still time to sign up your child. One note that came across the Radnor Township website was fishing line. A lot of people like to fish in our streams, which is great, but it's very important to remove all of your fishing tackle from where you're fishing. Do not leave lines, if at all possible, free in the streams. They can cause serious damage to fish, as well as netting. There's a Delaware County hazardous waste collection event Saturday, October 11th at Upper Chichester Municipal Building. Oh, great, Sven just joined. You can register for this event at delcohhweventbrite.com. All of this is information, by the way, is in the agenda that has been put out on the Township website. So your contact information is available there. Radnor Conservancy Tree Fest. This is the Radnor Conservancy annual fall tree giveaway. It's going to be Sunday, October 26th from noon to 3 p.m. at the Willows Mansion. You can register at give.radnorconservancy.org. Amber Atwood-Levy has actually invited the EAC to have a table at this tree fest if members present or online can be present on the 26th. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town on the 26th. But apparently it looks like a lot of fun. There'll be a big community celebration of conservation, sustainability, and natural beauty of Radnor Township. Radnor Conservancy is also presenting The Dormant Garden, Wednesday, November 5th, at the Kreutzberg Center, Welcome Garden. This is basically how to make your winter garden more appealing. Just because it doesn't have leaves and flowers doesn't mean that it is not still a very alive ecosystem. And in fact, there are beneficial insects that nest in plant stems over the winter. And one reason why we should not remove the cane-like stalks to various flowers and grasses in the fall, but let them remain until spring when the new plants come up. So if you're interested, November 5th at the Kreutzberg Center on 260 Gulf Creek Road in Radnor, November 5th. Okay. Villanova University as a Center for Biodiversity and Ecosystem Stewardship is sponsoring a local roots seminar on Monday, November 3rd at Villanova University. Registration is still pending. Information can be gotten at villanova.edu. Recycling Day, anything with a plug, it's October 25th at 9 a.m. at the Radnor Chester Road at 130 to 150 Radnor Chester Road. That's the Radnor Financial Center, I believe. Yes, you have to register again at eventbrite.com. Again, this information is in the agenda that's been put on our website. Shredding and Drug Take-Back event, Saturday, November 8th. Mainline Health, Newtown Square. Drug take-back is very important. We often put down the drain are unused prescription drugs, and lo and behold, they appear in our stream water. And this, of course, is not good for the ecosystem because these drugs still have strong biological effects. So it's important that we properly dispose of prescription medications. There's an owl encounter Friday, November 14th at the Willows. My wife and I went on one last, 2 years ago, and it's quite exciting because there were several owls with different hoots that we came across. And lastly, there's a We Conserve EAC Fall Gathering that I'm inviting my colleagues to attend November 15th at the Conference Center at Penn State Great Valley in Malvern. This is where we can all share information and ideas and proposals. And it's very important we work together as across municipalities to get some big ticket items done. So ongoing business, municipal energy conservation and electrification, I have no updates. However, Ricky Foster from the Township Public Works Department informed me that they have purchased several electric lawn equipment items, including 7 cordless blowers, 2 extended hedge trimmers, 3 chainsaws, 2 cordless pole pruners, 2 cordless lawn mowers, 20 batteries, and 5 high-speed chargers. So this is all still manufacturer electric equipment. And Ricky says that the equipment is performing as expected, so that's good news. And we'll hear more about the Public Works Department obtaining more electrical equipment in the future. Public education. November 13th at 6 p.m., Mike Wheelbacher will return for a presentation on our fungal future, how mushrooms will save the world. So a little thought of part of the animal kingdom are fungi, and he's going to point out just how important they are. So everyone is invited November 13th for this EAC lecture. It will be live streamed on Zoom as well as conducted in this building.
Dan?
Yeah.
Have we ever, or the EAC ever spoken with Molly Gallagher about promoting any of these events?
Yes, well, we routinely have it advertised on social media.
You do? Okay.
And the township website.
I mean, she's very creative, so
Right.
I think in the social media world, so.
Right. Donnell actually, in months past, have created graphic ads for our EAC lectures. Though I think she may not be signing up again next year, so yeah, we will need someone who can do that. And if Molly has the time, would be great.
Like, I'm not thinking of that. I'm thinking of, she does an around town thing, kind of. I don't know if you know what that is, or I've seen that. And she literally says what's happening in the township.
Oh,
And she talks about it. I think it goes out to a few thousand people, if not more, maybe 1,000 households.
is
And
that
so-
what it's called, around town?
Something like that. I don't want to, misname it. But,
Okay. I'll get in touch with her. Wasn't aware of that.
Copy
I-
me in, please.
Hmm?
When you write to her, copy me in.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I'm asking all EAC members to provide speakers who are interested in presenting to me so that I can schedule them in this fall, winter, and spring to avoid double and cluster booking. There are limited spots available that Peggy Hagan can share with us. Donnell, I know, is going to be approaching mainline shift for another presentation about sustainable goods and zero waste. Bess, are you able to talk about Sarah Wenner Cooper?
So I am waiting to hear back from her.
Okay. And Bess, you suggested a local master beekeeper.
Yes. I can get in touch with him. He's an excellent educator, teaches at Temple. And I think really just in the spring, so we may have time to talk this fall. But
Okay, so you
Yeah.
would schedule for spring,
he,
probably?
well, let's see.
I don't know when beekeepers are busy.
I guess, I mean, around now, they'd be pretty busy.
Right,
And then the springtime is pretty quiet.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you let the bees take over by then,
Yeah,
do what they're
yeah.
wanting to do.
I think
Okay.
they don't really wake up until May.
Okay. Well, thank you for approaching him. That might well complement Mike Wheelbacher's presentation on the bee population in this country and how it's endangered. So I've approached him about giving a presentation perhaps this winter. Jane will be approaching an arborist, she told me, which is great. And Lower Merion EAC is putting together its education workshop, which we will advertise, and they will advertise our EAC lectures, as we did last year. Jenkins Arboretum and Gardens on November 20th, before Thanksgiving, there's a wild turkey conservation in Pennsylvania presentation. It'll be at November 20th at 7 p.m. It's a virtual presentation, but Thursday, December 18th, excuse me, it's a virtual presentation, November 20th at 7 p.m. And again, the agenda should have the Eventbrite URL for registering. Also, Jenkins Arboretum and Trout Unlimited is presenting a talk about salt in our streams, which stems mostly from road salt that's put down in the winter. Kate Huttelmeyer from the Water Resources Planner at Chester County Water Resources Authority will be presenting on salt, a winter water conundrum, December 18th at 7 p.m. And again, there is a URL for registering. We will talk momentarily about this EAC's work with local organizations in collecting stream samples in Radnor Township to get a baseline salt content of streams and then compare that to after a snowstorm or a salting event, see how much the levels go up. Radnor News Community Newsletter. Bess, you want to take the kudos? for that?
Yes, so on page 18 and 19, we have two items that we submitted on the gas-powered leaf blowers, and they're just the possible electric alternatives. So we have this out, just came in the mail today. And then we have a piece on skip the rake and skip the leaf blower and leave the leaves. So just some interesting education for everyone, just to consider alternatives to, you know, removing the leaves from their yard. Yes. And it looks like there's on the next page, there's a stormwater management
Oh,
page.
yes.
So which may be from the committee, but that's separate.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But again, it's in the Radnor News, the fall 2025 edition. Yeah. Sven, can you address your attempt to publish in Suburban Life?
To publish in Suburban Life was unfortunately a failure because they informed us that they don't have the space in the fall edition. And I think the email was phrased in a way that it doesn't suggest that we have any hopes to might get back into this magazine in the near future. But we can try it in the next edition in spring. But after we were kicked out of the edition twice now, I think maybe it's not the right publication for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd take recommendations from anybody in the room, what alternative regional publications, hard copy or e-newsletters that would be appropriate for posting our messages to the public about environmental matters. So,
Did you have a question?
Not relevant to that, but I think I shot you. Oh, sorry.
introduce yourself.
Yeah, I had sent you. Am I on? Yes. I had sent you an email before about the fellow who heads up the Philadelphia Bee Company as a lecturer. I'd be happy to contact him if you like.
Yes.
He's evidently is a good Rob. I'm looking at your name, Burnham, and that's what I'm thinking. But at any rate, a friend of mine went to one of his lectures and said he's a fabulous lecturer, very funny, but that this is what he does. He lectures on how to cultivate bees, how to avoid some of the things that are causing them to disappear, et cetera, et cetera. So,
talk to Bess after the meeting because she has someone in mind as well.
okay,
Just make sure it's not the same amusing individual.
yeah,
Because that's how she describes him.
cool.
Thank you.
Hi, Diana Pope on Windermere Avenue in Wayne. So you were asking for suggestions. So I don't know who Kathy was referring to or what form of social media you were talking about that reaches 1,000 people. So I'm not on Instagram or Facebook or any of those things. And I, however, am signed up for Patch. So that is something, particularly for talks, and I think perhaps they actually are already posted on there. I believe I have seen EAC talks posted there.
Yes.
But the other thing, I just want to remind people of the League of Women Voters, Delco, Environmental Clearinghouse website. So that now has finally gotten, nobody remembers to go to the website, quite frankly. Its greatest function is that there's a monthly newsletter, and that includes a calendar. And for all things relevant to the general public,
Yep.
could be posted in there very easily. I think it's just, there's one contact person, Jodine Mayberry, and all you have to do is get in a pattern of sending things, and they will end up on the calendar. And they, if you want, there's even a function that I've taken advantage of where you can get that to auto-populate on your own calendar. So whether or not you want to go to it, everything populates on there, but it disappears, a day or so later, if, whether you've attended it or not.
Okay.
But that's a great way to, without a lot of effort for people to say, oh, there's something, there are 3 or 4 things I can choose from to do on a Friday. Because there are a great many things going on in the county as a whole, but you want to be counted in there as some of the activities that people in this county can do. So it's focused on the county, not at the township level. So not all things are appropriate in terms of plant giveaways and things like that are specific for Radnor Township.
So potentially our EAC lecture series.
The lecture series.
Yes, we advertised through the clearinghouse
Right,
last
and
year.
there were a lot of other things you mentioned that may or may not be specifically related to you. You just went through a whole lot of them, and I'm seeing they're not on this website. So in any event, that is another suggestion. And the more people, doesn't have a huge readership, but if more and more people are encouraged, and you could support that as well,
Yep.
to sign up for the newsletter once they get to that website. So I'm going to just hand these cards to you again in case you're not already signed up for it. So you yourself can sign up for that newsletter.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
And so the contact for submitting announcements would be Jodine Mayberry,
Yes.
J,
That's clearly written on the website. As soon as you open
okay,
the front page, it's right there.
okay, good, thank you. Okay, Sven and Bess, between the two of you, you guys came up with some very relevant topics concerning plants in our township. Everything from beech leaf disease to invasive species to fall planting. Are you able to pull together some quick descriptions of these tips for Molly Gallagher?
Yes, she wants to make then a selection of which articles go into the magazine, or shall we just write the articles and provide her the formats to put it to print?
Okay, so you're talking about the Radnor magazine,
The Radnor News, this one.
Radnor newsletter, yeah. Also, the social media site, did she suggest the township social media would be a good place?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, so we'll look for updates from the two of you. I know it's a long list you guys came up with, so it'll take some work to time their release depending on what people are thinking of in their yards.
Excuse me. I just had another thought. This township has this wonderful mainline school night. Aren't there people that are educated and capable enough of actually offering a course for people that would be really interested in all these various plagues of our plants? People pay a little bit of money, but not very much, really, just to use the facility. But anyway, it's a thought, because that magazine goes everywhere.
Yes.
And at the least, people would know it's a topic, and you could claim ownership of it. So again, that's just one other way in which you're getting
Right.
the work you folks are doing and the level of expertise here out into people's homes, out to the public.
So you suggest I we contact the administration of Mainline School Night and see if there is a naturalist, for example, who could speak to some of these or all of these
I
topics?
think it has to go the other way, that you have to find the expert who then
Okay.
would be available to provide information. And
Right.
it could, I mean, it could be a professional arborist or, you know,
Right.
or horticulturist or whatever, I would think.
Well, I think
I-
the,
That is, I thought, wasn't that the intention of our lecture series?
Yes.
Is, but the problem is people are not, they're just, it's not getting to very many people, I don't think.
No, it's not.
And you think the mainline school night would be the better platform to do that?
I think it's an
Yes.
additional platform, yeah. I mean, maybe it is a reason, maybe it is a better platform in a sense, because, you know, 30 or 40 people tend to show up for those things. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it covers every topic you could imagine.
well, I also think Radnor, the Radnor Conservancy, they sponsor, I don't know how many of them, at least they have one page devoted to the lectures that they sponsor.
Right.
And you can see, you know, their name clearly
Yeah,
up at the top of the page.
so
saying
it's an
that they are.
inadvertent way to advertise, is
Right.
essentially how I'm offering it. I mean,
Right.
suggesting it.
Or whether we partner or go in with the Radnor Conservancy on one or two of them, or
Right, we already are with Mike Wilbacher's presentation on fungi. Their
Oh, good.
Radnor Conservancy is a co-sponsor.
I think we can also reach other EACs and let them know, please, you know, let all your people know that this is happening, and it will be virtual as well as in person, so we can,
Yeah, so far we've talked with the Lower Marion EAC and sharing our EAC lecture series, and their share with us their workshops, but we could broaden it to our friends.
But I think it's actually a good idea if we could just go where more people come to, because when we do it here in the township building, maybe that's not something that somebody has, or most people have on their radar screen as a forum for lectures.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if it's at the school night building, that's a natural way of just saying, okay, we put it into their calendar and also stream it, and then we most likely find more people who attended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep. Thank you. Great ideas, guys. Fall stream water sampling for salt content. Bess, do you want to update us?
Where was that?
So in the last few weeks, Dan and I have participated in a salt sampling, or excuse me, a water sampling, a snapshot to gather a baseline, bits of data on the Radnor area streams. This is going to go to the Darby Creek Valley Association and their salt snapshot study. That's going to be happening over the, how many years? Could
Well,
be
I
years.
think they did something last year. They got baseline fall and winter
And winter.
samples in just a few streams in the township. And thanks to Bess and I, we expanded that to 22 locations now in
Yeah.
the township. So the whole idea is to have not just a township, but a regional database of salt pollution in the winter that can be presented across multiple municipalities so that there can be maybe a regional discussion of what to do, how to reduce salt use in de-icing roads, or even consider different ways to make roads safer to travel on. EAC community, the eco-friendly yard program, I did not get any requests to visit homes this fall. Has anyone gotten requests? Okay. EAC community survey, Sven, you recommended we delay this survey until the spring.
Yes.
Okay, and so as not to interfere with the potential gas leaf blower survey and motion put
That was part of it. The survey had also a question about that, about the gas leaf blowers.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we'll need to coordinate the questions about public interest in restoring and increasing tree and native perennials on people's property with concerns about the health effects of gas leaf blowers. Two different but still very important topics that we'll need to know whether we combine them in one survey or separate surveys. Seed library at Radnor Memorial Library. Fortunately, Carol isn't here, but as I informed the council, I created about, I don't know, 120 seed packets of 5 different species in envelopes. This is roughly 40% of them. I gave about 50% to the Radnor Memorial Seed Bank, and each packet is labeled with the date for planting the tree, the deadline, the plant. I've got black-eyed Susans, Shasta daisy, purple coneflower. Let's see, what I've got here. These are species recommended by my colleagues between Sven and Bess. Anyone present is free to take some of these seeds. Enclosed in the envelope are about a half-inch or half to a full ounce of seeds, depending on the size of the seeds. And there are planting directions as well in each packet. So welcome to all to take. Let's see. Oh yes, Carol is following up with the Radnor Memorial Library to make a second $500 contribution to their seed library. And the Garden Nature Clubs at local elementary schools. Bess?
Really, the only update at the moment is just that I met with the health teacher at Radnor Elementary, and so we have identified a few locations of planting natives, especially in the spring. So the possibility of planting in the fall is still there, but I think we'll have more time to plan for the gardens in the spring. She's also looking to put in a sensory garden, so maybe working with her on that. She has also been in touch with Roberta Winters, so we're kind of coordinating kind of as advisors on this project.
Great.
Yeah.
Which elementary school? All of the elementary schools, or?
Just for this one, this is at Radnor Elementary.
Okay. All right. And she's the health teacher?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And you've already processed the request for a $250 supplement.
Roberta Winters as in the capacity of a Radnor Educational Foundation advisor, yes.
Okay. And you arranged for a donation of $250 to supplement the $2,500 we donated to the Radnor Educational Foundation.
That's right. Thank you all very much. And so I have been in touch with Melissa about this.
Yep.
So we're
Thank
working
you.
out those. Yes.
Maintenance of rain gardens in the township. That project has been punted to the spring due to more demanding projects faced by the township. Fenimore Pond algae overgrowth. Again, this problem was addressed about a year, 2 years ago by skimming the pond to remove a lot of the algae overgrowth. However, it came back this summer, and Tammy Cohen, Director of Parks and Rec, wants to actually remove a lot of the sediment that's under the water that is basically feeding this algae and improve the flow-through of water through the pond. And she is aware of a $700,000 application for a grant for the Fenimore Park upgrade in general, and hopes that there will be some funds left over from that grant, if awarded, to improve the condition of the Fenimore Pond. So that could happen this spring. Okay, gas leaf blower phase out. I attended on October 8th the Lower Merion Sustainability Committee meeting, which was the first public meeting for hearing reaction to their proposal for a seasonal ban of gas leaf blowers in their township. The ban would take place at the end of the winter as well as during the summer. This is a proposal that received very strong endorsement from individual residents in the community, but there is also the expected concern by several members of the landscaping contractors who felt that this ban, especially if year-round, will harm their businesses, because removing gas leaf blowers from leaf collection in the fall will make their job a lot less efficient. Unfortunately, I have no data supporting that or disproving it, but this is a concern about health that leaf blowers pose to the community, both the extreme air pollution potential and the noise that is caused by especially two-cycle leaf blowers. So I have drafted a proposal that is undergoing a review by Kathy Agnew, proposing a similar seasonal ban in Radnor Township. And I'm also requesting comments from my EAC colleagues with a due date of October 31st, so the end of this month, basically, I want EAC approval of what I am proposing, because I want this to be an EAC document, and not just from some strong-headed individual on the committee.
Is this based on the Lower Merion ordinance?
In part, the way forward, that is, after submitting it, in terms of forming a working group of township staff and EAC members, and that would then get stakeholder feedback, follows the Lower Merion model. But the actual ban itself is patterned after Maplewood, New Jersey's seasonal ban, which took place between May 1st and October 1st. It was just a very simple ban over those, 5 months, 6 months, that preceded their total year-round ban that was put into effect in 2023. So we're wanting to work with Lower Merion on this, and in fact, at the Lower Merion meeting, one of the commissioners encouraged the sustainability officer, Villa Paloma, to work with neighboring municipalities in broadening this ban outside of Lower Merion. So when we are ready to propose to our Board of Commissioners a proposal, I will share it with Villa as well. So right now, I'm waiting for feedback from my council members and also specific comments from Kathy Agnew. We met a few days ago, and she had very good general comments on it, which I've incorporated into the proposal.
Dan, did you already send this around? Because I can't recall an email about that. Did you send it to us?
Well, I'm going to send it again because between Kathy and my restless mind, it's undergone some improvements. So I will send it out tonight to everybody on the council and to Kathy for review. Thank you. Municipal ordinance regulating grass height. This came up from Sven, whose neighbor was told to mow his pasture or meadow because the plants were exceeding 12 inches, which is the maximum allowed by the property maintenance code. And Laura Luker actually suggested we consider the We Conserve model for naturalized landscape ordinance, which would offer a balance between weed ordinances and encouraging landowners to embrace ecologically beneficial landscapes. Sven, you said in our last meeting that you didn't favor this ordinance because of its considerable detail regarding what would be acceptable and unacceptable plants in this naturalized landscape, and it might complicate adherence and enforcement. Is that
That is correct. And
Yeah.
then you asked me in the last meeting to propose an ordinance, and I sent it to you, the ordinance. I would suggest we just discuss it then in the next meeting.
okay?
Yeah?
Right. You did send that to me?
Yeah, and you answered back that it was helpful, so we already have it. Yeah?
All right. I'll look for your suggestion.
Can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
What's the height of grass that you
It 12
don't
inches.
want, because of mice? Just saying.
Right,
I
right.
worked in a farming community, and the houses around they keep the grass short, and that's my understanding why.
Right. Well,
So,
this naturalized landscape doesn't necessarily have to be right up to the house. It can be, in fact, I think it has in the model ordinance a buffer zone of mown lawn around it. And I think an example is one of your neighbors down on the
so
way to Fenimore Wood.
So is the question that a homeowner should not have a meadow because the grass might be too high to attract mice?
My question, is basically like how far away from the house can you permit taller grass? Because taller grass attracts mice. They live
Right.
in it.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
believe,
then of course we have a problem, because then we would not have, because then we have a challenge that in any meadow there is a mouse. Yeah.
Well, when I think of a meadow, we may be talking about two different things. So I think if you have a farm and you have a meadow, it's away from the house. But every farmhouse I have ever seen, everyone,
right.
has shorter grass closer to the house.
Right, and I believe the model ordinance actually has a minimum distance that the meadow would be from the house.
Okay.
My backyard has moles, these little guys come out, so, yep. Okay, I'll look for your ordinance, Sven, thank you. Aronimink Golf Club, clear cutting 9 acres for a temporary PGA broadcast center. The clear cutting has been completed, and the temporary parking lot installation with drainage collection basins are being constructed. And this broadcast center will be ready, I believe, in the spring of 2026 for a PGA tournament. Let's just hope that there is not a torrential rainfall in the meantime, which will test their water retention measures, because there are homes and streams downhill from this clear-cut 9 acres. Recycling and waste management. I asked Ricky Foster, the Public Works Department, exactly where did our trash go? Not our recyclables, but our trash, which is collected separately. And it's normally taken to the Broomall transfer station and then to the Chester incinerator, which formerly was called Covanta. It's called the Chester Resource Recovery Facility. So all of our trash is incinerated in, I think, the biggest incinerator in the country. Ash left over from this burning is then sent to the Rolling Hills landfill in Berks County, Pennsylvania. So just for people to know that this incinerator, although generating electricity, is also generating a lot of concern about air pollution for the local community of Chester. And this has been an ongoing fight by the Chester community to have better safeguards, better scrubbers on the smokestacks. Sven, you provided the zero waste plan that Delco has in place. Do you want to address that?
Yes, I provided the plan. It's very difficult to go to zero waste. Yeah, I think it's more a vision than a reality that we in our society can go to zero waste, even if you try to avoid it in more advanced, let's say, communities in some parts of Europe where they actually tried out to go to zero waste. It's basically the results show of these experiments. It's close to impossible. And I think our target needs to be waste reduction. I think the plastic bag ban is a first step towards that we had here in the township. I think without major hassle, resistance, or revolution by citizens. Everybody brings its own bag now to the supermarket or gets a paper bag, so that was not a big problem. So I think we should move in this direction when we go towards more waste reduction. One element that I saw is since we now have a Chick-fil-A in the township, I also have more Chick-fil-A trash at our road, so that the township, whenever it has a new fast food chain coming up with takeout food, needs to have a discussion with the owners about what they think about waste reduction, because you can see the impact then immediately afterwards. The other one is Wawa, which Wawa coffee drinkers apparently also like to throw their Wawa cup out of the window of their cars. Yeah, I think that's something that we have to keep in mind.
Chick-fil-A, what are their containers, takeout containers?
Yes.
Or what are they made of? Cardboard or plastic? Or, God forbid, foam, plastic? Probably, okay.
Yeah.
What are they made out of? I'm curious.
I have to go back and think about it. But you have let's say Wawa has a lot of clear plastic.
Oh, they're cups and stuff.
Cups, and then they have coffee cups with plastic lids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
and the Chick-fil-A, I wonder whether it's paper or some laminated paper or this styrofoam.
Most of my garbage is food containers, and these are not always recyclable food containers. Foam, plastic, or dirty cardboard, like a pizza carton. So it's the food packaging, I think, that we need to revisit as well. Okay, the budget. This EAC in August voted to submit a budget request to the Board of Commissioners, $15,000, and I know we are waiting for review and a ruling on this proposal from the Board of Commissioners.
So in 2025, your budget was $7,246.
Yes.
Right? How is it doubling, more than doubling?
We made a proposal to double also the plant giveaway,
Okay.
and then to follow the Radnor vision with that wants to become a more, let's say, environmentally friendly, greener township, and to pursue one or two projects also with the schools to basically get this kick-started.
Did you send me the proposal?
Yeah, I think then you've.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I emailed it to you in August. You
Oh,
want
that was
me to
during push fest.
resend
I
it?
saw nothing. Could you resend it, please?
Yep.
It didn't. Everything went by the wayside. So let me ask you, how are the plants doing from the perennial plant giveaway? How are we doing? I mean, are they thriving?
Yeah, so we gave this to private households.
Yeah.
To round about 225 households. Of course, we don't follow up with all 225 households about how they are doing.
Yeah.
So I would believe that since when you put it into your own garden and you water them, that they should be actually doing fine. Also, the money that we spent, but that was my donation to the Radnor Conservancy, so the township didn't pay for it. I paid it privately. The 750 plants for the parking lot. I passed by, and I would say 100 of them survived, and some are actually growing quite nicely. And Ricky and Steve planted some bulbs now, actually last week, in some of the spots. So we will go back to the parking lot and also try to enlarge the planting area there. But I think we will do, and what I thought is when we do the next plant giveaway, we ask beforehand when the people register to give us feedback about how their plants are doing.
I think that's imperative,
Yeah.
so that whoever your liaison is from the board can argue these constituents like it, and they think it's
Yeah.
worthwhile, and that it's thriving. So that would be,
Yeah.
as opposed to just being a waste.
I think if just the fact that we had 2 years ago 350 households that sign up and come to pick up plants, and now it was limited to 225 roundabout because of the number of plants, that we wanted to give more plants than just 2. It's a good sign about how people are engaged.
Well, I'm not saying they're not engaged. I'm saying it's successful.
Right, right. Sven, you actually suggested that we follow up with this year's people who got native perennials.
Yeah.
Because we have their email, at least for some of them. And we could, through Melissa or Molly, just have some quick questions about the status.
Yeah,
Send photos.
Yes, I can talk to Melissa because I'm sure there are privacy laws involved in how to reach out to people onto their private email, but most
Right.
likely Melissa will understand how to deal with that. Yeah.
I will say, we do have on record just a thriving garden at Wayne Elementary. So
That's another, and
yeah.
that came out of this money?
Yes.
That would be great. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so, okay, thank you. So, of our $7,200 budget that we are funded with, there's a current balance of $1,825. There are pending expenses totaling almost $1,400. So there would be $429 left at this time. So that could be available for honoraria for this fall presentations, any additional honoraria. And any other comments, public comments? Diana?
I actually have 2 questions, and it's because I live in an apartment complex. So am I eligible for plants as an apartment dweller?
Of course, you
that's-
don't need to
Okay.
let's say, show where you live
Yeah,
when you sign
okay.
up. You just need to be a Radnor resident.
Because I live in a place where some of us have garden patches, and there's a lot of freedom in terms of what we can
Oh,
plant.
wonderful.
So I didn't know if that was the case. So the other question I have is related to recycling. So just to make a comment, because there are 2 dumpsters. So one is for the trash and one is for recycling in the back of my apartment complex. And I have signed up to, because I had to buy a new toaster oven, so I'm going to recycle my old one at this event that you talked about, things with cords. Well,
Right.
in the time frame, just in the 2 weeks since I registered, I'm seeing, today it was a vacuum cleaner there was a TV monitor put out, there was another, like a microwave or a whatever. And all of those are ending up in the dumpster because I think a lot of the people who live in apartment complexes are
Yes.
students or whatever it is, they're not getting the message.
No.
And we don't have the municipal trash either. It's
Yeah.
a private contractor.
Really?
Every apartment building, there are 3 in a row, they all contract with somebody different. So I get to hear the trucks every day of the week. Because they contract privately, and I don't know where their trash goes, whether that ends up in the incinerator or whether it's ending up in a landfill. But, so I'm just wondering, is there a way to literally pick out, have some more information that becomes easily available to be posted right on those dumpsters? Something, I mean, just so people, because most people are recycling and throwing their trash out. If they're saying, oh, here's a way, you know, I don't know, because it's definitely a problem, again, with just people not getting the information.
Right.
So anyway, there's no more for me to comment on it. I just want you to be aware that that is my experience, and I've lived in apartments in a variety of places. This is a chronic issue with
Yeah.
apartment dwellers.
Diana, it would, with the apartment manager's consent, you could potentially post an ad on the wall, I guess, near the dumpster. It would require work on your part to keep abreast of all the recycling events, but to post an ad for the event.
How about even better than that? Since you're in my ward, I am your commissioner. If you can, we'll talk and you give me the information regarding Windermere Apartments, and I will prepare something that they can circulate to all of the residents, like this, about the event, and that they should do that,
Oh, thank you.
okay? And whatever, there's a couple other apartment buildings in my ward, so that would be great.
Right, this is, I believe it's October 25th,
Fifth,
so
right.
the time is passing.
Thanks, great.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay, any others? Okay, that's a wrap, Ian. Thank you.